Hello! Hi, it's me, Bobby Flay. We're gonna take a break and not do any of those Seattle vlogs, basically because my friends who are very blunt with me told me that they are boring, they are dull, that all the hours I spent editing and I'm just kidding. You actually have to have friends for that to happen. So instead, I thought I'd talk to you about Kindred. I've been getting some questions about what exactly is Kindred. Kindred is not necessarily a band. It's more of a worship ministry. Basically, our vision statement is to keep the church singing until we reach our heavenly home. If we can equip worship leaders to better lead their congregation, or if we can encourage a person through the music that we produce, EP drop in very soon. So with these vlogs, I'd rather it be a resource for you guys to be better equipped. So, I want to talk to you praise leaders for a second. If you're a praise leader at your church, you need to start taking theology seriously. Now, I don't know if you've thought about this before, but you have to take it seriously because worship leading is teaching. The truth is, whether you know it or not, you are teaching through your leading. When you say a word in between your songs, or however you're leading and pointing your congregation, that is based off of your theology. Let's just say you say a statement of, God is not condemning you, He is always so gracious, so come to Him at this moment, and the pad is going and all the sounds are going and everybody is emotional. That's great, but that statement is based off of your theology. For the purpose of this video, theology is how you view God. And when you're in a position on any given Sunday where your view affects tens, hundreds, thousands of people every week, your theology matters. In the book of James, it talks about how not many of you should become teachers because teachers will be judged more harshly. This should be a light bulb going off on our heads that teachers have influence over people, duh. But your words and actions having power over others is a responsibility that should not be taken lightly. So we have to start considering what things you are teaching intentionally through your words, or what you might even be teaching unintentionally through everything else that you're doing. See, if you look at it closely, even your song choices are saying something about God. That's the reason why there are so many controversial songs and endless internet debates about lyrics, what the lyrics mean, do they apply to your congregation. All these internet warriors are furiously typing about this word and that word in this song. And these are all important things and something you need to consider too, because depending on your viewpoint of God, you will either choose to sing or not sing certain songs. Like if everything... Hello?
Hey bud.
How's it going?
What you doing?
Like if you agree with the fact that God knew everything in His omniscience, is God's love really reckless? I'm not trying to start a debate. I'm just asking you to start asking those questions. Is this a theological statement you want to push into their minds by using this song? Because as these lyrics are being sung over and over and pounding into their heads over and over and over again, a message is being brought into their minds. You are teaching them through song. Are you confident that the song you're singing is true and appropriate for your congregation? We seriously have to take the time to think about our theological stances that we're impressing, because you're doing that whether you like it or not. Oh my god, this video is gonna get so many dislikes because of reckless love. Now before everybody freaks out and says, oh, this video is just another praise leader telling other praise leaders to go to seminary, it wouldn't hurt, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying. I just need you to start challenging your view on theology. I know the first image that might come to your mind is maybe your teaching pastor poring over thousands of books, or maybe you're thinking of some monk in candlelight with scrolls and what? Maybe you're thinking even like theologians like Augustine or Martin Luther or John Calvin, and as you think about this subject, maybe your eyes are already rolling to the back of your head. I get it. Reading is boring. That's why you're here watching a video about it rather than reading about it. But saying that you don't want to grow in theology, it's like a quarterback of a football team saying that he doesn't want to study the playbook, saying that he doesn't want to watch film or study plays. Or as a fan, you expect your quarterback to not only be working out, practicing throwing, but to work on the thing that's going between the 2 ears. That time investment doing those things really shows when they go out on the field. It's the hours of studying in the background that allows the quarterback to make the right plays when the game calls for it. That was the clear difference between the skill set of Tom Brady and Ryan Gosling. I mean, tell me they don't look the same. You could tell Belichick and Brady have way more experience and hours logged into this, that they've easily dismantled the Rams' defense and offense and destroyed all the hopes and dreams of all Rams fans everywhere. The point is, the hours you spend studying up on your theology, it's gonna allow you to make the right call when it comes game time. And again, as worship leaders in positions of powerful influence, we have an obligation to our congregation and to God who put us in these roles to put the proper preparation in leading our congregation. Beefing up your theological backbone is only gonna help you in your worship leading. Okay, so how do you grow in this practically? Well, I'm going to say it. Yeah, number one, taking an MA or an MDiv at a solid seminary will probably help you in this a lot. I know personally it has. I'm currently an MDiv student at Talbot, and the things that I've learned reshaped my worship leading dramatically. But let's say you can't take a full course, you're busy, you're a father of two, and you're worship leading on your spare time. I get it. If you could take or audit a few of these classes, it would help you immensely, even if it's some online classes. If there are a couple classes I could recommend, one, hermeneutics, which is how to read the Bible, and a few systematic theology classes would help because it will give you a good framework. If this is still too difficult, I'm sure if you contact your local seminary professors, you can ask them for a reading list or a syllabus of the class, and you can get some of these textbooks. There's no secret library for seminary students. You can get some of these books, study it up, and it'll help you a lot in the long run. If this is still too difficult, I understand. Here's a few books that I recommend. I'll have it in the description below. Secondly, a very practical thing is to probably talk to your senior or teaching pastor. Ask him questions about the church's stance on many theological topics, such as what he sees the role of music in the church. Talk to him about certain things you want to say to the congregation beforehand. That's a novel idea. Actually plan some of the things you're going to say and talk to your pastor about these things, because he's going to be able to point out certain things that you've never even thought of before, and this is how you're growing in your theology. Being more intentional about learning the message of the church will start growing your theological stance on these issues, and your church, yourself, your pastor will be so much happier and benefit so greatly from it. I hope this video helps. Let me know down below what you think of this new style. Let me know down below if there are certain topics that you would like me to talk about. I'm gonna make some coffee now. I just got this birthday gift and I'm super excited to use it. These testimonials in the background are just so over the top. The best cup of coffee I have ever had. It makes the best. This makes lattes? But that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if I can help in any other way. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll try my best to provide as many resources as possible. See you guys later. Well, the album prep is going pretty well. Get a little bit of a photo shoot done.
Are you vlogging? We're going to downtown LA to do a studio shoot.
Albums and things like this need graphic work. Wow.